It's not. Hi, welcome to Unnecessary Roughness, Barstool's college football podcast, brought to you by Twisted Tea. Kayce, there was a group of about 38 people in the office today,
Okay.
and they were being led around by an ad sales guy, and he called me over and said, "Hey, Brandon, this is Twisted Tea," and it was every person I believe that's ever worked at Twisted Tea.
And they all wanted to meet you. You should feel very happy about that.
And I explained to them they have a delicious product and a wonderful product, and this partnership is going well, and it's lovely, and we applaud them, and they are perfect for college football.
I do enjoy that. Obviously it's Brandon Walker in a can. The first time I have wet hair right now, so I'm like I don't know what to do with myself. The first time I ever met them, I said if there is an alcoholic beverage that fits Brandon Walker, it is Twisted Tea. Shout out Twisted Tea. They would love how much of a shit show this podcast is at the moment.
Did none of you know we were recording at this time?
I knew we were recording.
Half of us were here before you.
Yeah, and your mic wasn't working.
Yeah,
That's
that is
on
true.
me. That's on your studio.
It's your laptop.
Your studio.
You're a studio player.
Well, my on Saturday night I was in his studio. My mic worked fine.
Well, if you want to be honest, it's all Tay and Lucas's fault. So direct all the hate towards them. Fact.
Guys, we need to present a united front, okay? College football's fucking awesome. Hell of a weekend. Ton to get to today. Let's fucking ride. I like a lot of big dogs this weekend, Ev.
We're not doing the weekend preview yet, T-Bob.
I know. I'm just talking ball.
Big Ev. James Franklin got fired. Have you heard?
I heard through the grapevine some rumblings.
I don't know, man. It's one of the most fascinating in-season firings I can remember in a very long time. 2 weeks and 4 days ago, they were leading Oregon in overtime by 7 points and about to become a national title contender and finally win a big game. They didn't, and then they lost to UCLA, and then they lost to Northwestern, and now James Franklin is unemployed, and the future of Penn State football is what, Big Ev?
They're fucked unless they hire the right guy. I'm not one of these people that's going to come to the defensive like James Franklin is won 80% of his games or whatever at Penn State. Like, they clearly had plateaued. They clearly had gotten to a point that they just couldn't break through. Last year, the playoff run, it was fraudulent. We don't have to pretend like I get they were a player of national championship. That is true. That's a fact. They were turned away from national championship, but they also played SMU and Boise to get there. Two arguably not even top 15 teams in the country. They weren't real. They weren't real this year. You lose to Oregon, whatever, fine. Not getting fired. You lose to UCLA, horrible. You come out at home, and like I said on the weekend preview, you get beat, not fluke, not like some crazy shit happened. You lost. You got straight beat at home to Northwestern. That is a fireable offense. Now there's a lot of talk. Did Adidas pay the buyout? Did they not? I don't know. Liam probably more tapped in on that than me. I've heard rumblings of that Adidas didn't like them, that they were willing to pay the buyout money, and that was a big part in pulling the trigger on this. But regardless, I don't think it was a crazy move. What happened this season was fireable offenses. Your Penn State, they clearly have the ability to do better, reach higher points, and James Franklin was not the guy to take them there. Point blank.
I think that's a key point. They have the ability to do better. They have the ability to be bigger. If Matt Rule is what they are firing Franklin for, they are just hiring James Franklin Part 2. T-Bob, your thoughts?
Well, let's just explore that question for a little bit. Do they have the ability to do better or be higher? Like, think about our entire lives. When have they been better?
I don't buy into that, though. I think that this year this now era of college football with the NIL and the portal and all that, anybody can do better. And because they weren't able to get over the hump, and because the James Franklin, before this era changed and in this era, he just couldn't hit that next thing. The ceiling was last year. I think anybody with the resources and the talent that Penn State can pull can go out and beat UCLA and Northwestern. They might lose I understand that this was an epic collapse, but yes, they can do better. Will they? I don't know. But you can't just keep a guy around because you don't think that they can do better when he has proven he cannot do better.
Well, here's the thing about that.
No, look, I get it. Yeah.
They couldn't get over the hump. There's a lot of coaches and programs that would suck a dick to be able to get to the humps that Penn State couldn't get over.
Right, but at some point,
to get to the plateau.
Right. At
Right.
some point, you just have to accept that you're never going to get over that hump if you keep doing the same thing. It's the definition of insanity. You're just going to keep doing the same thing. Happen.
I think that is correct. I think what you're saying and what Ev is saying about the plateau is undeniable, correct, and I understand the emotion that it drives. What I'm just trying to point out is in our entire lives, Penn State has never been better than this, and that a coaching change comes with extreme fucking risk. Extreme risk. These are decisions that have to last at least 3 to 4 years. And if you hire the wrong guy, you could waste millions upon millions of more dollars because it's $50 million to fire Franklin. The entire staff's probably another few million. Then you're going to have to pay the new guy 10 to 12 million a year to keep up with the Joneses. And when you look at the competitive jobs that are going to open up, what the market's going to be, like we're going to be looking at, like Kayce is not shit talk. Anytime somebody says that, generally shit talk follows. But this is a genuine question. How much was the total cost of firing Jimbo and hiring Elko? Had to be around $100 million, right?
Yeah, but I feel like if that money is there to do it, do it. Like Jimbo was not going to get A&M to the level. And
No, I get it. I'm not. Yes.
No, I know. But what I'm saying is like we've never seen it in A&M's lifetime. So to me, it's like if you have the money and the ability to go do it. But if you look, I mean, my whole thing with Penn State and James Franklin, and like, you know, we're not going to talk about the preseason predictions and all that. It's more of like, it was such a spiral. And like Brandon said, and Brandon, I think it was your tweet. If it wasn't your tweet, apologies to whoever's it was. It was a picture of James Franklin like on game day. And it was like, this was like 2 weeks ago. It was like 2 weeks and 4 days ago talking about the Oregon game. And the fact that like that happens and it's like, oh my God, this was crazy. And then after they lose to UCLA, we sat on this very podcast and I said, is he going to stay the whole season? Is he going to get fired? And everyone was like, well, no, they're going to keep him the season. That's how fast it spiraled.
No. Yeah. Well, except for Liam.
No,
but, okay, so whatever.
For you. But my point is that like the whole, like the way that it spiraled went from this man was like, can he get over the hump to he has to be fired in 2 weeks. You can't keep him around for that. So it's like the grass might not be immediately greener, but you have to fire him.
Yeah, and I'm not trying to argue. I'm just saying that it's a hefty decision that has a multi-year tail and $100 million price tag essentially, and you just have to get it right. And that's terrifying when hiring coaches is such a fraud affair. Sorry, Liam, go ahead.
No, Liam. You're good. I like, yes, it's scary to go out there and have to hire a head coach and like, yeah, that's scary and everything. And if, as Brandon said, if it's Matt Rule that they hired, like, best of luck. You made a mistake. But at the end of the day, you see it in professional sports all the time where a manager, a coach, whoever takes a team to a certain height and they can't break through. And it's a mutual understanding. All right, like, thank you for getting us here. This isn't going to work out anymore. We're in a different kind of position now where we're seeking higher and we're looking to be better, and you're not the guy to do it. And they move on, and it's fine. This doesn't happen in college sports, and that's what happened this last Sunday with the firing. James Franklin cannot take Penn State to higher heights. And what is happening here is we're just neglecting. We keep pointing to the collapse and who they lost to. Why are we not talking about the players? What happened on the field? How checked out they were? How they quit on Franklin? This team quit on him. Why are we not talking about how many recruits were decommitting? How pathetic the amount of recruits that showed up on Saturday to that game were? That was a pathetic display. They had nobody there that cared and wanted to play Penn State football. There's last year, Ed brought up last year the easiest path to a semifinal, and they still couldn't get to the national championship. Don't want to bring up that they beat Bowling Green by 7 at home. They beat Minnesota by 1. Like, if you look around, there's still suspect stuff that is scattered in their schedule.
Liam, you're preaching to the choir here. These are all the things that I said going into the season. These are all the reasons that I said they hit their ceiling last year and that I didn't believe in this team. Now, did I think that it was going to look like this? Did I think Drew Aller was going to get hurt and be done for the season? No, but everything you just said is why I was suspect of Penn State going into this season. The fact that it collapsed has everything to do with what you just said. It wasn't just that they lost. It was how they were losing, who they were losing to, the way the players were responding. And it was like whatever broke them in that Oregon game just completely fast forwarded the entire process that I believe was probably going to happen sooner than later anyways. But I didn't think they were going to make the playoff after a certain point. But then it was like, oh, holy shit, as bad as I thought it was going to be, it's much fucking worse.
So I think the point is now that we all understand why he got fired. And I don't think anybody's like really pushing back against that. The question is, where do they go next? And that's the fucking $100 million question. That is terrifying. Cause like Liam, you talk about guys moving on, and that's true. Sometimes it works out perfectly, like A&M. I would say right now, we'll see how this ends. They feel pretty justified in what Elko's building. But who was the old Detroit Lions coach that went like 8-8 or 10-6 maybe? And then they fired him and immediately went back to dog shit and had like another decade before Dan Campbell. And they lose Matt.
Caldwell, I'm not sure.
Yeah, Caldwell. Caldwell was doing good. He was built up in Detroit. He was winning every year, but they thought he had plateaued and they got worse. So I'm just pointing out, it's like drafting a first-round quarterback. You put hundreds of millions of dollars into trying to figure it out, and you still don't know if you're going to be able to find the guy. And there doesn't seem to be a surefire answer out there, except for the winningest coach in all of college football, and that is Brian Kelly. Okay, if you want to break through, what? Yes, he's the winningest active coach in college football.
No, we're not letting you do this. 2 weeks ago, I said, boy, Brian Kelly's not doing great at LSU. You're like, no, I don't get that. He's going to be fine. And now you're trying to pawn him off on Penn State.
I don't want them to take him. I'd be angry.
All right. Everybody shut up for a second because we got something bigger. Liam, what are you wearing?
I'm wearing my Iowa hoodie that Mark Ganowski got me.
Okay,
yeah.
You've got two options. You go change right now, or Lukey takes you off the screen.
All right. Well, do you want to know why I wore it? I wore it because I'm going to be throwing up all night.
Not going to look at that.
That's fine. Then don't look at it. I'm throwing up all night.
Are you doing the milk ball?
I wore a hoodie I don't have sentimental attachment to.
Oh, I guess
you can't see it?
I mean, I can see that it could be Missouri. I just see black.
No,
and
yellow.
it's clearly.
Oh, now I see. Well,
I wore something that I don't care much about because I'm throwing up probably 19 times in the next 5 hours, and I've already almost thrown up 7 times today.
By the way,
it's
Brandon, technically what he's doing is good for you. Like, he cares so little about that shirt, he's willing to puke on it.
Yeah, it's true.
Okay. Sure, but it's like it's not. It's whatever. I have to throw up tonight. Yes, Brand shouldn't be mad. Yes, Penn State, James Franklin. People should just understand that, hey, it was time to move on because things weren't working out. Are they going to hire a better coach? Probably not. It's fine. He had long extended past his stay.
Yeah.
How is it fine if they don't hire a better coach? I mean, listen.
I think Liam said that
there's two battles here. There's two battles here. There's making the decision to fire him, and then there's the future of your entire program. Now you've had the balls to make the cut. That's great. He bottomed out. You made the decision, but you better fucking get the hire right. If you just say, boy, you better fucking get it right.
Well, I think what Liam meant more is that the two decisions kind of exist independently. That he had to be fired no matter what.
Too, and Florida hadn't been worth a fucking 4 years.
I agree, and that's the fucking risk. That's what I'm saying, dude. That's where it gets a little wonky. Should they talk to Dan Mullen?
Florida gave up on Mullen way faster.
Yeah, that's true.
After we lost Northwestern,
someone is screaming in there and saying a message over and over again. It's not being received. You're just going to keep running it back over and over again. Like, that doesn't compute in my brain.
No. Again,
he lost the locker room. He was losing recruits. It was over. It was tired. Media, fans were done with them. It was everything. Right. Like,
we don't need to adjudicate him being fired anymore. We all agree he needed to be fired. What now is the question? What now?
Hey, I got to know what now. Virginia Tech, Auburn, Oklahoma State, Arkansas should be falling over themselves to hire James Franklin. That's what should be happening right now.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
I don't know if they are.
They're making calls. They have to be.
Yeah.
The issue is he's fairly unlikable to fans and media is a big issue.
But as much as he is, and I do agree with that, but as much as I have given James Franklin shit the entire time I worked at Barstool, like, all of those programs that Brandon just mentioned would kill to have a schedule and a result like Penn State did every year. Penn State holds themselves at a higher level. Arkansas would love to go 10-2 every year.
Yeah.
So call number one has to be to Kurt Cignetti. Okay.
Easily.
Call number 2 has to be to Kurt Cignetti after he says no the first time. Call number 3 has to be to Kurt Cignetti to make sure. Are you really fucking sure that you want to stay in Indiana?
Sure.
And if he says yes, then call 4 is to Lane Kiffin. And when he says no, call 5 is to Drink. And after call 5, I don't know what you do.
I
Well,
don't see
Matt
Lane.
Rule.
I don't see Lane in
I think
goal.
that's the Matt Rule call. Is the next call.
Well, I think the issue is Matt Rule is the first call that they're going to make.
He's the
That's
most.
nice.
He's the most obtainable.
And that's the first call they're going to make. And if he says
He went
yes, that's
there,
the
I
only
mean-
call.
I saw rumors
Lightning.
online. I saw rumors online, and I know I sent in the group text, but then I was also told by multiple people behind the scenes, nothing to do with A&M, just people that are connected, that they will make a call to Elko. And I just want everybody to know that if that ever happened, which I don't think it would, but if it did, the levels of evil that I would unleash on Penn State would be.
I love Mike Elko. I love what he did at Duke. I love the fact that he went 8-4 last year. I think that he is hot right now. That would feel a little flavor of the month
Over
at this
Matt
point.
fucking Rule.
Yeah. Well, because Matt Rule has like all the ties and everything. Like there's connective tissue between Rule and Penn State, obviously. Whereas Elko, I don't believe there is. I feel like that'd be kind of out of nowhere. I'm not saying Elko's not a great coach. I believe in A&M. I've said this. I just mean that like
I'm just saying that
I'm just saying his resume right now is still good, not great. It's going over his head at Duke and potentially building A&M into a real power for the first time. But he now has to run the A&M gauntlet that this is where it's made or break, baby. October and November. That's where shit gets fucking real.
No, I'm not. It's not about A&M. I just if you're looking at Kurt Cignetti is the answer, by the way, because I completely agree with Brandon. But if you're going to be like, well, Matt Rule should be a call. I understand he has connections, but Matt Rule has not proven that he can do it at Nebraska.
If Kurt Cignetti leaves Indiana, I will hate him forever. Sorry, go ahead, Ev.
I think the Matt Rule slander is getting a little crazy. He also, I mean, listen, it's been 2 years in Nebraska. He's not like hasn't taken it to crazy heights, but I mean, this guy took Temple from the dumps. He took Baylor from like just
The dumps,
hell,
yeah.
and immediately put them in the Big 12 championship game. I'm not even sitting here fighting like Matt Rule is going to like be the guy that takes it over, but I think Matt Rule getting poo-pooed as the hire is like a little bit. It's getting a little crazy.
I would
Like
agree
he's a
with
good
that.
football coach. Now I would call Brett Key as well, but Matt Rule obviously makes sense because he has the ties. Like I get.
I don't think that Matt Rule.
It makes sense, but Brent Key, I think, is a guy that would. And I've talked about Brent Key staying at Georgia Tech. He's at Georgia, but I think I could see it. I could see Brent.
Does
Key.
anybody remember the offseason when LSU was looking for a coach and USC was looking for a coach, and we talked up all these available coaches, and then USC went and hired Oklahoma's coach, and LSU went and hired Notre Dame's coach? If Penn State is worth their salt, their admin's worth their salt, they're calling Ryan Day. They're calling every single coach that is at anywhere. They're calling Dabo. They're calling every single coach, no matter how entrenched he is, and getting them to tell them no. So, like, it's a long road. The only problem is I have heard the move was made behind closed doors with Matt Rule in mind. And I think they're doing themselves a disservice that they go into this coaching search saying it's Matt Rule, it's Matt Rule, it's Matt Rule, because you got to call Sig, you got to call Drink, you got to call some other guys before you just hand the job to Rule. That is what I am saying.
Kenny Dillingham, like you got to call these guys. So like that, I'm not poo-pooing Matt Rule as a whole. I'm saying that if that's their first and only call that they plan to make, I feel like that to know that you did fire James Franklin, who I hate for Penn State, I still think that would do them a disservice. But at the end of the day, if Penn State, which I believe is one of those programs that can go get whoever they want, they're going to be fine. It's just like they were never going to get over the hump. They got to go find somebody.
I forgot the chat was fucking stupid. This one guy's like, thinking Ryan Day would pick up the phone is laughable. He wouldn't pick up the phone. The point is, you throw the net over the whole country, you pull it up, and you see what's fucking in there, you idiot.
And by the way,
he actually would pick up the phone and go back to Ohio
State
State and say, "Hey, look how much they're willing to pay me.
Yeah.
Maybe a little raise."
I mean, that's the real winner here is Jimmy Sexton, the shadow lord of college football, and everybody who's following in his footsteps, because every hot coach right now is going to get an extension because of this, including like Kurt Cignetti just got one last year. He'll probably get another one with his own $70-80 million buyout.
To pretend that any coach and any coach's agent wouldn't take that call is incredibly stupid. Of course you take
Kayce,
that
do an
call.
ad.
Called leverage. Every Saturday with DraftKings, download the DraftKings Sportsbook app, use code RUFF. That's code RUFF. You turn $5 into $300 in bonus bets if your bet wins. So if your bet wins, so it can be whatever odds you want, $5 goes into 300 in bonus bets instantly. It's in partnership with DraftKings. The crown is yours.
All right, so I'm going to go through some questions here. What are the? No, I don't know about that. Okay. Any other coaching hire? First of all, Auburn needs to get on the to get on the coaching hire train too. Free's got to go. I don't know if y'all saw his press conference today, but he's melting down and is really bad. And this is as predicted by Liam Blutman in August. This is Florida coach firing week after they lose to Mississippi State on Saturday. Billy Napier will be out of the job. Correct, Blutman?
Or if they win, it seems like it's already. It seems like it's done. It seems like win or lose, Napier's out. They have the bye week, and then Georgia after that, and they'll start working the new stuff and finding out their next coach, which I still think will be Kiffin, but we'll see. I really think it's win or lose. He's out. Kind of wild.
Michigan could come open as well. We could be talking, Brandon, you're insane, or not insane. Your take about this being the most insane offseason coaching carousel is really starting to heat up here. For too long, this forest has grown overgrown. It's old. It's decrepit. There's broken branches and detritus all over the ground, choking out the soil. You know what you do when that happens? You burn the fucking forest down, and then fresh growth happens, and it's all coming together.
I mean, if you really want to dig deeper, Florida State should end up being open too.
Yeah. Have you seen that? Mike Norvell just turned 44?
Yes.
And he hasn't won an ACC game since he was 42.
Yeah, his brand's frozen. Yep, there he goes.
Yeah, I was about to say, Brandon, there was no way he was biting his tongue for that long.
I mean, on Saturday night, I gave 7 jobs that should have new head coaching candidacies. I didn't even name the Michigan job. 3 of them actually 2 got fired right away, and which was Trent Bray, James Franklin, and then the Trent Dilfer one happened as well. I know we're only talking about the big jobs for Brandon's right. This is going to be a massive coaching carousel, but it's across the board. It's going to be massive.
Yeah.
Like the group of 5 scene, the Pac-2, Pac-12, whatever it be, the lower power 4 jobs, everything's going to be open and available. It's fascinating.
Look, Summerall's in play, right? For some of these, got to be. Golish has got to be in play with some of these. Who would be some of the Is Jeff Traylor still in play? Do we still like Jeff Traylor?
Traylor, Morris, Kinney.
I would say Kenny's got to be in play too.
Is that the North? Who's Kenny? Is that North Texas?
Texas State. Morris is North Texas. I think Kinney is a front runner for the Oklahoma State job.
All those smaller schools in Texas, I feel like UTSA, North Texas, all of those, those are the jobs you look at to go take that next step to Oklahoma State. They're all in the mix, because anytime a bigger job in Texas comes open, their names start to get thrown around. So.
What about Dan Mullen? I mean, right? No, yes.
Yeah,
are we out on Dan Mullen?
No, I don't think he.
Yeah,
he's going to take a job. No.
It's going to be a lot of opportunity for guys to join up with major programs.
Yes, you're on.
Mullen's out. Mullen can't do it.
I don't hear him.
Nobody hears me?
No,
I hear you. You said Mullen's out. Mullen can't do it.
Yeah, Mullen can't do it. I'm saving Mullen to come back to Mississippi.
This might get awkward because I cannot hear him, so I can drop out.
I don't. Am I what? Hello?
We can hear you.
We can hear you.
Oh, now he's gone. You know what's incredible? It's just incredible poetic justice is that he was giving all of us shit because we didn't have it all together, and he's the one that keeps dropping out. I'm just saying. While he's trying to figure this out, let me just do another ad. So like I mentioned, my hair is wet, but it's long, it's luxurious, no weave in this baby, no weave, and it's thanks to Nutrafol.
Wow.
Right? Yeah.
No weave.
No weave. It's all mine, baby. And it's long, it's thick, and it is thanks to Nutrafol. I started taking Nutrafol when I was in postpartum because they have a postpartum formula, and then I was taking it with the women's formula, and in six months, my hair was long and beautiful. Brandon, we're talking Nutrafol, so show everybody your nice hair. You can feel great about what you're putting into your body since Nutrafol hair growth supplements are backed with peer-reviewed studies and an NFS Contact certified the gold standard and third-party certifications with the supplements. Like I said, listen, if you're watching it, this is all mine, and it's all thanks to Nutrafol. It's the #1 dermatologist recommended hair growth supplement brand. Over 1.5 million people see thicker, stronger, faster growing hair with less shedding in just 3 to 6 months with Nutrafol. And for a limited time, Nutrafol is offering our listeners $10 off with your first month subscription and free shipping when you go to Nutrafol.com and enter the promo code UR. Find out why Nutrafol makes Brandon's flow look great, my flow look everybody's at Nutrafol.com, promo code UR. That's Nutrafol.com, promo code UR. Get some hair. Just get some hair like us, okay? Get like
Have you?
us.
Wait, speaking of getting hair, did y'all see the new Kim K Skims?
Yes.
They made flesh-colored G-strings with fake bushes. Like, have you ever seen those visors with the frosted tips? It's that, but if you just want to have a bush.
Yes, I saw them. I did not expect that to come up. And then again, I forgot who I podcast with.
I thought it was kind of fascinating, me personally. I'd be shocked if all of a sudden I was like, holy shit, that's a bush. And then like, whoa, no, it's not. It's a little bit of whiplash.
Question from Johnny Lawrence. What is the best job opening in college football right now in terms of food? So let's see. We've got UCLA, vibrant food scene out there in LA. We've got Oklahoma State. So you got the cheese fries, Eskimo Joe's.
Yes.
You've
got Arkansas, which is nothing. You have
whoa. Arkansas is the cheese dip, the cheese like Rotel cheese dip capital of the world. That's where the worldwide cheese dip championships in Arkansas.
When the fuck did that happen?
It's where cheese dip was invented in Arkansas. I have no idea why. But it's the world championships are held there every year.
I think I have the right answer.
Go.
It's not open yet, but it's going to Wisconsin.
Oh.
Wisconsin has phenomenal cuisine.
You talk to me a little bit. I don't know about it.
You want to talk meats, steaks, and it's really T-Bob. I'm not playing around here. I'm not playing around.
No, I believe it. I want to try it.
The cheese is legitimately
You got to drive up to my house on a Sunday, and let's just go on a cheese and sausage run, buddy.
Oh, God, that sounds fucking amazing, dude.
Phenomenal steak, sausage, everything. It's fantastic.
The place we went in 2019 when we went to Madison, the Tomato Room in Wisconsin. Oh, God damn it.
God damn, making me hungry, dude. Shit. What about LSU? If Brian Kelly goes to Penn State. No, I'm just kidding. Sorry, God.
You guys might listen. We're talking about all the jobs that are open, but Auburn could come open. Kentucky's probably coming open. Oklahoma, I think, could come open. LSU could come open. I mean, you guys are a three-game losing streak from firing him. I think there's a lot. Florida State, thank you. Florida State could come open. Like we're on a historic amount of job openings right now, and some huge openings are still out there to possibly happen. Like Florida and Penn State being open in the same year. Pretty big, but if Florida State came open, if Auburn came open, like these are top 15 jobs.
And Wisconsin, I mean, Wisconsin probably will come open as well, right? Are we already assuming that?
I think Wisconsin's coming open. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So let's get to your college football question.
Oh yeah, duh. That's why you said I'm an idiot. Sorry.
You can also ask them. You can ask them in the chat if you would like to talk about that. Let's see.
Do you want to do the Venmo big game recap while you're gathering some questions?
Yeah, go ahead.
So the Venmo big game recap, we're going to talk about the Indiana-Oregon game. Obviously, that's all the rage. I will say now that the Saturday has passed, Mike Kadick wanted to jump on our podcast on Saturday night to talk shit to you, Brandon, and it was very nicely said, no, you're too. And to say this on our podcast after the showings that T-Bob and I have had, that he was too drunk. He was too drunk. Okay. So, but he got all the Indiana fans should absolutely be the happiest people in the world. There's no doubt. So we should talk about that game right now with Venmo. Kick off the college sports season with the college branded Venmo debit card. Unlock 40% with a Big 10 Plus subscription, a free year of Perplexity Pro, and cash back from some of your favorite brands. Score the Venmo debit card and access fan rewards from Big 10 Plus and Perplexity Pro. Sign up at venmo.com/collegecard today with no monthly fees and no minimum balance. Max cashback varies. Terms apply. The Venmo MasterCard is issued by the Bancorp Bank N.A. Ev, I will start with you as, the Ohio State guy. You look around, like Oregon was up there in the conversation. Oregon it was Ohio State, it was Miami. Now it's Ohio State, Indiana, Miami that a lot of people think have separated. When you look back now on Tuesday night at that game on Saturday, like, what was your biggest takeaway from Indiana, Oregon?
No, it's like clearly like Indiana's outside of Ohio State, Indiana's the team to beat in the Big Ten. And just to caveat off the Franklin thing, I think that win is the exact reason why you feel comfortable firing James Franklin. It's not about hiring Cignetti. Obviously, he should be number one choice, but it's like clear showing that like if you can do it in Indiana, you can do it at Penn State. And Penn State had really not truly won a big game since 2007, since they beat Ohio State and then won the Big Ten. That like what Franklin's either like first couple of years, like that's the last real big wins he had, was winning those 2 games. Hasn't done it since. But no, I mean, Indiana's the real deal. Like they're a real contender, clearly one of the elite teams in the country. Like when you watch that game, it looked like you saw 5-stars flying around. You saw the physicality. Yeah. You saw NFL quarterback. You saw NFL skill position players. You saw Cignetti coach outside of the little debacle. I didn't love the way he managed the first half. At the end of the first half, they ended up getting the field goal. But regardless, he coached an incredible game. And that mentality, that mindset, that like everything that he brings is why I think you can go off Franklin. But I mean, no, Indiana's clearly like that next team to beat in the Big Ten besides Ohio State.
Indiana right now has a top 10 and a top 5 win on the season. And if you look at the stats, they are first or second in scoring offense, scoring defense, total offense, total defense, third down percentage, opponent third down percentage, red zone touchdown percentage, opponent red zone touchdown percentage, turnover margin, and time of possession. They're first. Like they're dominant. Like full stop. And like every other team in the Big Ten, they don't have a ranked team left on the schedule, which I kind of wanted to explore. Is that a function? Well, we can finish this, but I want to ask y'all if that's a function of like bad rankings or the Big Ten. But we can finish this first. Sorry, Venmo big game of the week.
Brandon.
Finish it, Kayce.
Oh, okay. I know. All right. Sign up at Venmo.com/college card today. No monthly fee, no minimum balance. Again, that's the Venmo debit card. Shout out the Venmo big game preview recap segment. It is over, Brandon. Say what you need to say.
Big Ev, you guys in the Big Ten should be fucking ashamed. That conference is so garbage past like 3 or 4 teams. Indiana is 6-0. Indiana is 6-0, and their season is basically over. They don't play another ranked team. How many ranked teams Ohio State have left? 0 right now, right? Like
0.
Unfucking believable that you guys will look at an SEC and say, you guys only play an 8-game conference schedule when Alabama's playing like number 14, number 6, number 4, number 3, number 2. And you guys are like, man, we got so tough up here in the Big Ten. Indiana's fucking finished halfway through the season. They have nothing left that's going to bother them.
No, it's because it's all the fucking rankings. Like you got like LSU is a top 10 when it's their LSU's garbage. Like all the Florida's garbage. All these.
Tell me who's underrated then. Tell me who's underrated in the Big Ten. Tell me.
I'm telling you right now, Illinois would beat
Illinois
LSU
good
tomorrow. No doubt. Not even a question.
Okay,
I could kind of agree with that.
Washington
Maybe.
Shut up, T-Bob.
Illinois, all these teams should be ranked. These garbage SEC teams that they just suck the teat of Bama and Georgia's not even that good. Like all your like these good, none of them are good. You have no good teams outside of Bama and maybe A&M.
Maybe
I'm not even fully sure yet. I'm not even fully sure. You know for a fact Indiana's good. You know Ohio State's good.
Okay, who's
Illinois
next?
is a good team. Like Washington's a good team.
These teams would
be like, I can get behind you to a certain degree, but this is where, and again, it's because it's my team, and I'll die on this hill. But to say maybe A&M is a good team, it's crazy. That's crazy. Alabama, like that's fucking nuts.
I've been the one giving that A&M all the flowers, but coming in here being like all these, because Washington, all these teams, they should be ranked and they're not because they're not in the SEC. LSU should not be ranked. These garbage teams. South Carolina started the year as a ranked win. Stop it. Cut this nonsense. Like Washington on the road, like that's a ranked win. I don't care if the dumbass AP poll voters didn't have Washington top 25. They're a top 25 team. That's a ranked win on the road for Ohio State, but because they weren't ranked at the time, because jerk-offs were putting fucking Florida ahead of USF after they beat them head up. It's nonsense. All this is it's fucking SEC propaganda. They just flood the rankings. So, there was a ranked win. It was a ranked win. No, it fucking wasn't. 80% of the conference.
I don't disagree with. I don't disagree with some of that. I don't, but I don't like that all of a sudden the narrative is like, well, the Big Ten has these great 2 teams, maybe Illinois, maybe Washington, maybe USC. But the only good team in the SEC could be Alabama. Like that's nuts.
Illinois, my ass.
Illinois
my
beats
ass.
the shit out of like 80% of the SEC.
Oh my God.
They would. They fucking would.
They can't
No,
do
they
anything
wouldn't.
against a good defense, and the SEC is stacked full of good defenses.
The SEC is not stacked full of good defenses.
Next
No,
question.
It's not. No, it's
Next
not.
question. Luke Altmaier ran from the SEC. He's like, I can't do it down here. Please, somebody up north, take me. Okay.
He's in like the racism.
Oh, wow.
I mean, that's crazy. Man.
So he went to Shimp. Okay. Let's see.
Sorry, we actually have black people down south. Like, that's what always pissed me off living down south. All y'all motherfuckers want to talk shit about racism. You don't live by any black people. Nobody does. We actually have a mixed culture.
Hey!
We have a vibrant mixed culture. LSU is the most diverse college in the SEC.
Football! Let's see.
That took a weird turn. That took a weird turn. I'll say it.
I meant to just throw a racist joke in there, and then you guys kept running with it.
Look, not you guys.
T-Bob, question.
T-Bob.
Yeah, what you got?
In a multiverse where Brian Kelly took the Penn State job on November 30th, 2021, and LSU hired James Franklin instead, which fan base is happier in 2025? Happy Valley or Baton Rouge?
Okay, so what was the multiverse that James Franklin took the LSU job?
4 years ago.
Yeah.
Brian Kelly takes Penn State. James Franklin takes LSU. Who's happier today?
It's probably just the same, right? I mean, if we're
James
just
Franklin
judging,
at LSU would have done better than I don't know. LSU recruits at such a high level by itself that I think James Franklin could have done better at LSU than Kelly could have done at Penn State.
aren't they both kind of though the ultimate plateau guys? I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of how it feels at this point. LSU's a weird school because again, you have the years where the warlords unite the clans and you roll over everybody and you win a natty, and then you spend 4 or 5 years with like 8 or 9 wins. And that's kind of been the rhythm for a long time outside of when Nick Saban was there. So I'm not entirely sure.
Next question is for you, Liam. What is the next game that you think will be the most impactful for a group of 5 spot in the playoffs?
Ooh.
The next game that will be the most impactful. I mean,
If you want to take
every...
this question, if you want to take this question and take it and massage it a little bit, you don't have to answer the next game. Just say, who are the 2 or 3 teams we ought to be focused on for that G5 spot?
Well, I was just gonna say, like the second half of the season in the American, which I preached the other week, 2 weeks ago, that you need to lock in on the American conference title race. Like that Memphis Navy's win against Temple was surreal. They got the ball. Temple foolishly scores the touchdown with a minute left. Navy gets time. Blake Horvath scores 4th and 1. They end up dropping their balls, going for 2, stealing a road win. Like Navy's legit. USF just throttled North Texas in just mauling fashion. Tulane's good. Like those 5 teams, every game that they play is must see. And then Boise State, UNLV, San Diego State. Sean Lewis turned that program back around in the blink of an eye. San Diego State might mess around, win the Mountain West. I truly believe that. JMU's gonna walk through the Sun Belt. Nobody could play offense in that league. Their defense is too good. Those are our teams I'd watch.
Liam, I think you said this team, but anybody, I don't think they're good enough. They keep winning close ones, but Blake Horvath's numbers and what he's doing at Navy right now are fucking insane.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think they're good enough to make the whole American schedule, but like, go watch the ending of last game where he comes up with a last-second touchdown and then an incredible 2-point conversion to walk-off win. It was fucking awesome.
Let's see. I'm just looking at the schedule for this weekend, and I'm looking for the biggest spot. You know, there's a lot. You got USC, Notre Dame, obviously Tennessee, Alabama, Utah, BYU. The Holy War should be something this year. What is the biggest game this weekend?
Isn't there 5 ranked matchups?
I don't know. Probably shit. What am I supposed to know?
Bama has got to be the biggest.
Ole Miss, Georgia.
I think the biggest is Holy War.
Yeah, I mean.
Oh, LSU, Vanderbilt. All right, let's get the chat going with some questions.
What?
10 versus 17 there. LSU Vandy.
What do you know? Vandy's favored. Crazy.
The last time Vandy was favored, I don't know if it was the exact date, but it was definitely the same year. Is the old Brandon? Help me out with history here. What's the old famous presidential picture of the guy holding up the headline, and it's like Dewey defeats Truman? Yes,
Truman. Yeah.
That is the last time that Vanderbilt was ranked over LSU in a football game. Yeah,
1948.
So we're getting to 80 years since that has been the case.
Ev, I will give you this. LSU being ranked as high as they are is garbage. I will give you that. 1,000%.
You hear that? There's some hating ass bitch shit coming out of the podcast that I'm on, and I can't fucking wait for us to prove you wrong.
Listen, Ole Miss is way overrated where they're ranked. LSU is way overrated where they're ranked. Texas A&M is not currently overrated where they're ranked. Just watch them going forward to see if they end up staying there. But I will give you there's some overrated teams in the SEC. I'm not doubting that at all. That doesn't excuse the fact that in the Big Ten, Indiana 6-0 will not play a ranked team for the rest of the year. That's garbage. And you can give me all the Indiana don't play Washington. Indiana don't play some of these teams. Like, what a soft landing it is from here on out for the fucking Big Ten. Do they play Washington?
No,
I don't think so.
They
got an easy schedule.
They do have to play UCLA though, and UCLA basically should be a ranked team. We all know this.
That's on my birthday.
To me, it's that we played already Washington and Illinois on the road. Like those are two and then Penn State. Obviously, we thought it was going to be a big game. It didn't turn out that way. Aller's hurt now, so it's even worse. Like it just broke that way.
Do you guys think it's a benefit that every game Miami has played has been in the state of Florida and traveling hasn't been a factor? No, I don't. Really. I mean, they will eventually travel. They'll eventually travel. They'll have to go around the country. They'll have to go to whatever mandated road games is in the conference. 4 road games in the conference? Missouri. I don't think Missouri's played outside of Missouri, right? By the way, if I'm picking a ranked team who's in real danger this weekend, it's those fraudulent motherfuckers at Missouri. I hope you guys lose by 60 at Auburn.
Whoa.
Are you that upset because you believed in them and they disappointed you?
No, it's the fans.
Because their fan base is a bunch of pussies. That's why. Auburn's going to get somebody. Auburn has been close to getting like 3 or 4 teams, and I think they might get Missouri. That's just
1.5 points.
I love a good heel turn with you, Brandon. I love it. And it happens to all of us. We find these teams that don't necessarily affect our teams directly, but then you just root for their downfall. Seeing you do this turn for Missouri is a stunning sight to watch.
So earlier today, I dove through the SEC and the team stats and where everybody ranks, and my God, Auburn's offense is bad, dude.
Oh, so bad.
I mean, dead last in passing yards a game, 167 yards a game. With that receiving core, with Hugh Freeze, it's disastrous.
Well, can I tell you something, T-Bob?
Yeah, I'd love to.
Jackson Arnold has thrown 0 interceptions this season. He has the lowest passer rating in the SEC. Or I believe in the country, one of the two. Who cares? It's pathetic.
He stays on his ass. Just horrible.
I got a question. Here's
more like Saxon Arnold.
And I'm going to massage this question too. It was named the top 10 quarterbacks in America right now. I'm not going to have you do that. My question is, when we did our top 10 quarterbacks in the offseason, obviously there's a lot of guys who have fallen by the wayside. Drew Aller, Arch Manning, Cade Klubnik. A lot of guys have fallen, Lenore Sellers. A lot of guys have fallen. But who is a guy that you had outside your top 10 that has been outstanding so far this year that will obviously be in there for you right now? If anybody has an answer, go ahead. Questions out there. A lot of blank faces.
Jaden Mayava.
Okay, well, T-Bob's going first. Go.
Jaden Mayava, right? I mean, USC objectively right now may be the best offense in the entire country. They're averaging 8.5 yards a play going into that Michigan game. I don't know where it's at now. That led the country by far. I think he's like the top rated passer in the entire country still. Like, I know we all want to hate on Lincoln Riley and USC, but Lincoln looks like he's got that offense rolling again, and Mayava's been damn near perfect.
Fernando
and Mekhi Lemon's awesome.
Fernando Mendoza has to be on. I mean, I definitely didn't have him on my top 10. Did anybody have him in the top 10?
I think Liam did.
No, I left him off because I left 2 guys off. I left DeMond off, and I left Mendoza off because I just do this thing where I get in my head and don't want to get all these people chirping me. And I'm like, okay, you know what? Lenoris is a top 10 quarterback. Lagway is a top 10 quarterback. I Plaxico Burris myself.
Shot yourself in the leg?
Yeah.
Yes, probably 9 times because I just catered instead of dropping my.
Huh.
Ugh.
A combination of
need
50
to
Cent
do.
and Plaxico.
Yes, bad, Liam. Remind me next year not to cave in.
Well, mine's easy. I didn't have Carson Beck in my top 10.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. True.
I think that was the only one that
valid.
did.
and this was a year after I had him number 1 going into the season. I had him number 1 going into the season last year, and then I fell for all the propaganda, all the Kirby Smart Georgia manufactured bullshit, because that's the most full of shit program and guy in college football. And they were like, "Oh, this guy's not a leader. Oh, he's this, he's that. He's a terrible person." And now it goes down to Miami. He's a top 5 quarterback in the country.
But did you fall for that? Because you weren't you really? But weren't you really high on? I feel like you and I were very high on Miami.
I was high on Miami. I had them going to the ACC championship game and going to the playoff, but I did not correlate that to Carson Beck being great. I correlated that to the defense being a lot better with the transfers and all the weapons and the schedule not being great. I did that, and I just kind of left. I left Carson Beck off the top 10 pile when I should have put him on there, and he has been excellent. See, the chat said CJ Carr. Yeah, CJ Carr I think is a top 10 quarterback.
They're losing this weekend, though. They're losing this weekend
to USC.
Yes.
I don't think so.
I think so. We'll get to the
you think so?
preview tomorrow. We have the preview tomorrow, or we're recording it tomorrow. We'll get to it.
All right. Well, I don't really have that many. If the channel,
hey dude,
the channel, stop being racist and ask actual questions. I'll read y'all some questions.
Hey dude, for a limited time, go to heydude.com/Barstool and use promo code UR and you get 20% off the Hey Dude Barstool collection. It is the only option when you're planning your game day fit. They're easy to slip on, laid back style, and all day comfort. They hooked us up with a bunch of new pairs on Saturday. If you were watching, I smelled Mark Titus's Hey Dude shoe and it smelled great because they are made so well it doesn't even matter. Okay, whether you're in the parking lot before the game or locked into the red zone from the couch, make sure you're ready for football season with Hey Dude. Again, that's code UR20 and you grab 20% off all of our favorite styles. Order yours today and experience comfort all season long. heydude.com/Barstool. Use code UR20.
Brandon, what would Indiana's record be in the SEC? I don't know, like 1-5, 2-4. They might sneak by Kentucky.
Undefeated.
Might sneak by Kentucky.
Also, a guy that I don't think anyone would have had in the top 10, Marcel Reed.
Yes.
I don't think his soul would have had him in the top 10. I think he clearly deserves it right now.
Okay, well, there's another obvious one. I don't think anybody on this show had Ty Simpson in the top 10.
No, definitely not. 100%. He'd be 1 right now, probably.
No.
Yeah, if we're re-ranking, I think Ty Simpson is way, way up there. I think Marcel Reed's probably top 5. CJ Carr's up there. Carson Beck's top 5.
Yeah, for sure.
Maava has to be top 5. Are we just saying his stats are not good? Like we don't like Maava's stats, or
we don't all? Yeah, Maava's good. Your guy's in there.
Okay, I'm just making sure he's top 5.
You don't have to get offended.
Nuss?
Maava. No, Maava. No, not Nuss. No.
B-Walk, who is a sleeper team that's going to get hot at the end of the season? It's Clemson, right?
What?
Well, define.
The question is, who's a sleeper that's going to get hot at the end of the season?
Yeah, sleeper.
If they start 1-3, and everybody gives up on them, and they go 9-3, that's not getting hot at the end of the season. We're just lying.
No,
because
it's
so bad to call Clemson a sleeper.
It's not years. It's
Hold
not.
Time out, Blood. You're getting full of shit right now, guys.
I know I'm not the only one saying this.
No, it's not a sleeper because we had him like winning the national title in our prediction.
No. They become a sleeper when they start 1-3 and they go out. They take themselves off the national radar.
No,
you guys.
I got one then.
You guys are dunderheads. You guys are nincompoops. You two are dunderheads.
Could they surprise us and win some games? Yeah, but I had them winning the national title, and then going 9-3 is not a sleeper like that. That's the opposite of that.
We're not talking about national title prediction, Clemson. We're talking about a team that started 1-3. Everybody threw them away. Everybody said they're done. They're finished. If they fuck around, turn around, go 9-3, I think that's surprising. Is it not?
Does Nebraska count?
I don't know if that's getting
it's
hot.
surprising.
How would it not be getting hot winning the last 8 games of the year?
But it's like their games that they're
crazy
supposed to win them all.
To take that question and be like, yeah, my sleeper's Clemson. That's like Andy Katz doing his dark horse Final Four teams today.
Brandon, they're going to be favored in all these games.
Top 5.
They're going to be favored in every game, probably.
Yeah, Brandon, maybe you're a cotton-headed ninny muggins.
Oh,
I don't know.
They're
I
gonna
don't
call
want to
people-
overreact.
I don't know if we could say that.
I don't want to overreact. You are the 4 dumbest motherfuckers I've ever met in my entire life. Particularly you two to my left.
Guilty.
there's also an element, and you know how this works. I mean, you just did it with Missouri. Like when you ride for a team and they fuck you over, and it's not even midway through October. Like I was so high on Clemson and Cade Klubnik. Like I'm not going to give them a sleep. Like to get hot. Like I said, they're going to be favored in every single game. Clemson has no business being a sleeper team at any point.
But like,
any
who will be the
I got
TCU of last year, where they started
got
3-3 and then finished with 6 in a row? What you got, Ev?
Okay, you
It's
dumb
Utah.
bitches say an answer then. Go ahead, Big F.
Utah. I think, especially they win the Holy War this week. I think they're so live to get back in the playoff.
That's kind of the same
that was-
thing.
that was
It's kind
the
of the
same
same
thing.
thing. a little bit.
Guys, you answer the question then. Everybody
B-
answers the question.
Yeah,
BYU.
then not yet. Fuck all of you. Then what?
Yeah,
then what
fuck
answer then?
We
BYU.
actually answered the question.
You know what? Honestly,
Look, Utah was not a favorite to like win it all or anything.
no, that's true.
They lost like 24 points.
Maybe it's
Hold on,
subjective.
hold on,
Maybe
hold
it
on.
is.
You 3 say a fucking answer.
Maybe it's subjective because I would say Utah's a good answer because I didn't predict Utah to be very good, but Liam did. So maybe that's where this lies. So like Tennessee could potentially be a sleeper for me because I thought Tennessee would be very.
Tennessee's defense is terrible. Offense is awesome. Defense is garbage. Does BYU count? I feel like we didn't talk about BYU at all, and here Kalani Sitake's 6-0
I
again.
don't know. We might have
Now-
to
yeah,
throw
now I
a
don't
question
understand the
game and
question
define
anymore.
sleeper. Mine was Duke after they had fallen off, after they had lost to Tulane and lost to Illinois. Like mine was Duke, but they're 4-2 now and 3-0 in conference. So
Duke's pretty good answer, Liam.
I like the Duke answer actually.
like I still think
they're gonna
Duke
win-
makes the
I
conference
think they're gonna
championship
beat my
game quite
Darlings this
truthfully.
weekend.
Yeah, they have Georgia Tech and Virginia ranked wins, so that they'll get, in my opinion.
I mean, I think it's probably Alabama, right? I mean, you look.
Oh,
and they
finally,
declared them
someone
dead.
We need to do a semantics of like what sleeper is, but we can do that on another podcast. You know, we don't have to.
The ultimate sleeper has already woken up. And if you said a couple of weeks ago UCLA would beat Michigan
Yeah,
State and Penn State,
True.
they're the ultimate sleeper. So you could even maybe say them even further down the road. Do they finish like 7-5 or something like that? But I think this question is fascinating, and I'm just trying to think. Like, could a Virginia Tech rally? Could somebody with the interim coach bounce? Hell, Penn State. Could an interim coach resuscitate somebody and get them? Like Arkansas didn't look bad the other day under Bobby Petrino when they won over Tennessee. Could Arkansas get hot and go like 4-2 the rest of the year?
Any
We'll
team
talk
that
about
has
it. We'll talk about it on the episode for Thursday. A little bit worried about Bobby Petrino this weekend. A little bit worried.
You should be worried about every. What did you say?
Washington.
yeah.
They're
Okay.
still
Yeah.
unranked. If they beat Michigan this week and they're home against Illinois, those are 2 massive wins that can accumulate over the next 2 weeks. And then, if they win those 2 games, they're probably going to be in the playoff. UCLA obviously still a tough game, and they have to go to UCLA. That's now a tough game, and they have Oregon last game of the year, which is my prediction at the beginning of the season was that they would knock off Oregon last week of the year, and they would punch their ticket to the playoff. But to do that, they got to win. I'd say at least one of these 2 games, probably both.
If the issue with Washington is they'll go 11-1, they'll be ranked 18.
It's crazy, Liam. It's disgusting.
No,
They should be ranked
that
18 right now.
guys,
They should
I'd be down for them to be 18 right now for sure. But if they go 11-1, they're not going to be 18. Let's not be
Oh, you're right.
Chicken Little here.
No, that's true. No. If they
Like
beat
28.
Michigan and Illinois consecutive weeks, these next 2 weeks, I mean, shoot me in the face if they're not top like 15,
11-1 in the Big Ten will land you firmly inside the top 10. Full stop.
T-Bob.
No
All
matter
right.
what.
Time out.
Okay, I'm just
I
making
had-
sure. My bad.
My ad read. Where are you driving, by the way? Venus? Why are you not there yet?
I'm driving to fucking work during
Time out.
traffic time. Sorry.
My advertising reader left. How many do I have left, Lukey? Do I have 3 or do I have 2?
1. Experian.
Thank you very much, Lukey. We talked depth charts, power rankings, and playbooks all day, but who's got a playbook for your finances? That's where Experian steps in. Your big financial friend, your BFF. Your BFF helps you find ways to save money, track your FICO score, monitor your credit, even match you with credit cards that fit your game plan. And here's the clutch move. Some of those cards are labeled a no ding decline. That means if you're not approved, your credit score stays safe. It's like having a financial coordinator in your corner minus the headset. Take control of your wallet and apply with confidence. Download the Experian app. Meet your big financial friend today. Applying for no ding decline cards won't hurt your credit scores if you aren't initially approved. Initial approval will result in a hard inquiry, which may impact your credit scores. Download the Experian app and meet your big financial friend today. All right, so we'll be in studio together tomorrow to record our weekend preview. I guess that's all the business we got. And I will be holding a class in the morning, 9 o'clock, right after Wake Up Barstool, to teach you idiots what a sleeper is. Because if you start 1-3 and then you end up winning your last 8, guess what? That's a fucking surprise, you goddamn morons.
No, unless it's a function of preseason expectations. That's what we have to define.
I think it'd be really funny if T-Bob drove his car into the studio for tomorrow.
The ultimate Blutman barge,
Yeah.
the Bobby barge, just straight through the window, roll over all the new Wub desks straight into Mosley.
If she was leaving, I don't know why she left that ugly ass stadium up for us to stare at.
Well, now
A&M's hot
Also,
right
now
now.
that she's not here. Now she's not here.
we're really doing this A&M thing.
We're really like they started 6-0, like, and they're acting like they invented 6-0, like they haven't gone 6-0 every year for the last 12 years, and then finished like 8-4.
I mean,
Yeah, this is where it
I know I
starts.
picked Mississippi State to beat them, but golly, they beat 3 of the bond dwellers in the conference, and we're plateauing them, platforming them to the top 4 in the sport.
They
Beat
so
Notre Dame. Bad
I
holding
did-
Notre
call.
Dame, I give it to them, but like
On the road. I did find a pretty crazy A&M stat in their 3 SEC games. Opponents are 2 of 33 on third down, which whatever that's worth.
Listen. Hey, the three offenses they faced are not good.
Correct.
Lagway, Arnold, and then Blake Shapen, who's trying his best. But listen, we're about one transfer portal class from being nasty.
And the A&M Mississippi State game honestly has an asterisk because of the Fluff Bothwell injury. If he doesn't get hurt, who knows what happens?
That's not true. It was the last play though. Okay.
Oh,
Another joke.
Stop.
My bad.
T-Bob,
My bad.
It's like my Penn State national championship prediction. I made that prediction on the assumption that Drew Aller would be the quarterback all year, James Franklin would be the coach. Who knows what would have happened?
That's true. Yeah.
There's no way to know what would have happened.
No.
If they just
All right,
fired him
boys,
3 weeks earlier, who would have known? Who knows?
I'll let you go. We'll see you guys tomorrow. And that's it. Thank you for watching.
I'm
All
alive.
right, later, guys. Love y'all. See you tomorrow.